Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. This is your girl Adriana DC. As promised, I am going to be giving you guys my second or part 2 of my entire perfume collection slash perfume declutter. If you guys have not seen the first part 1, I'm going to pop the card right here to the top for you guys to check that video out. I have already went through the first half of my perfume collection, which is the lower section, kind of decluttered some scents here and there, and now I'm going to be taking you guys through the top shelves, these top 4 shelves right here. Let you guys know, how I feel about my fragrances, whether I'm gonna keep them or pass them on, and so forth, so fifth. So yeah, if you guys are interested in seeing, the remaining half of my perfume collection, then by all means keep on watching. If you guys are new here, please don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Make sure to hit the notification bell so that way you will be notified every single time I upload. And for those of you who are my returning subscribers, thank you guys for your continuous support. So let's get right into it. And no, this is not a Christmas jumper, but maybe it is, but who really cares? This is my comfortable loungewear that I wear at home. That's so nice and cozy. It's like worn the hell out, but I do love it, and it comes out all year. So yes, and I'm very much barefaced. So this is just a really nice, relaxed, laid back video. Have no fear, I'm not going to be showing you this face for too long. So you guys are gonna be focusing mostly on my perfume collection, so don't worry, okay? Grab a drink and let's go. First up, we have Afnan Her Highness Red, and this is a beautiful, fruity, musky, punchy smelling fragrance, a little bit tart. This is a heavy hitter. This is a beautiful offering from Afnan. The bottle is even more spectacular, you guys. Afnan has quite a few beautiful offerings, and this one definitely is like a highlight for me. This is at the top of the list, my most favorite from the Afnan brand. Of course, this baby stays. Next up, we have my C Passione Intense, and it's a syrupy, sweet, fruity, woody vanilla fragrance. I'm gonna say to you guys, I am kind of like this is like the only C Passione I have, and I have the C Intense, and these fragrances are an absolute pleasure. When I initially bought it, I wasn't all that like excited by it, but as the years go by, I have grown to love this fragrance quite a lot. As you can see, I have a massive dent. Like, this is like one of my most worn fragrances in my perfume collection. I love this perfume, and she absolutely stays. Next up, we have my Back to Black by Kylie, and this is a cherry tobacco powdery, honey, slightly sweetened smelling fragrance. This is a bottle of sexiness, and if in case I have not told you guys, Kylie is my second most favorite perfume brand. So I think you guys know exactly how this is gonna go. Back to Black is a love, and of course she stays. Next up, we have Black Phantom, which is a dark, powdery, chocolatey, coffee, nutty, sweet smelling fragrance with a hint of booze. This is probably one of my favorite from Kylie. This is a really beautiful, intoxicating scent for the fall. I don't ever get bored of smelling this fragrance. Of course, this baby definitely stays. Next up, we have Intoxicated, and this is a spicy, fresh, a little bit aromatic, slightly sweetened smelling fragrance with a very prominent note of cardamom. This is a masculine leaning fragrance. However, I do love the scent profile because there's a hint of sweetness to all this cardamom and this spice in this fragrance. So while I would say this is my least worn Kylie fragrance, again, I'm lying, not this one, another one actually. This is my second least worn Kylie fragrance. However, I do enjoy this fragrance during the fall and winter months, and I do apologize about all the smudges, you guys. This is why I'm doing this video. I'm gonna have to take down my entire collection and just wipe down and give all my bottles a clean. So yeah, clearly you see this video is desperately needed. Next up, we have Her Highness Black, and this is the sexiest of the two. This is a beautiful, warm, a little bit spicy, floral, plum smelling fragrance with the essence of jasmine and tuberose, and there's some patchouli and some musk in the base. If this fragrance gets any more sexier, it's all about the plum note and the tuberose and the jasmine. This one is my favorite of the two, so obviously she stays. Next up, we have Cavort by Fragrance Du Bois, and this is a spicy, woody fragrance. This for me is like the most intoxicating smelling fragrance from Fragrance Du Bois. Has some saffron, some cinnamon, there's some sandalwood, some woody touches in the base, there's some incense and some rose. This smells so damn good. Like, I tried like almost all the fragrances from Fragrance du Bois, and this one right here stole my heart, and I could not get it off my mind, and I just had to have it. So obviously she stays. Next up we have Kilian Good Girl Gone Bad, and this is a beautiful shampooy clean white floral smelling fragrance. This is like a clean girl, a pretty girl scent. It's a beautiful, uncomplicated fragrance that is just like such a fun selection to pull for. And I mean, this is probably one of the top 3, 4, or 5 of Kilian fragrances for me. Yeah, this would be one of the top 5 fragrances from Kilian for me. And of course, this baby definitely stays. Next up, we have Voulez-vous coucher avec moi by Kilian. And this is a beautiful white floral powdery, screechy, vanilla smelling fragrance. It has a very prominent note of ylang ylang in the very pretty smelling fragrance. Again, this is not like it's not a very simple wearing fragrance in my opinion, but it's an easy to wear scent with a very different scent profile in my opinion. Either way you put it, I love it, and she of course stays. Of course, I have my perfume oils from Luxador right here in between. I have the Love Don't Be Shy perfume oil, and I have the Ombre Nuit perfume oil, and bet your life I intend to wear these babies because I think they're really nice and they're really strong, so they do kind of add a bit of longevity to the fragrances. Next up we have the Superstar Love Don't Be Shy by Kilian, and you guys already know marshmallows, orange blossom, honey, vanilla. This is a beautiful smelling fragrance that will never go old, will always be in my perfume collection, and I think this is one of those fragrances that's an absolute must have in everybody's collection, or a must try at least. So Love Don't Be Shy by Kilian, this baby obviously stays. Next up we have Blue Moon Ginger Dash by Kilian, and this is a fresh musky citrusy fragrance with the essence of lemon. I get a lot of the lemon, and there is some vodka in here so as well. It smells clean, it smells fresh, it smells premium. Something about the perfume just smells expensive and so clean and very refreshing. If I love this perfume one more time, of course this baby stays. As a matter of fact, whatever Kilian drops in this bottle, it is mine. Next up we have Love It by Kilian, and this is a boozy menthol spicy sweet smelling fragrance. Now this fragrance is a little bit challenging to wear because of that menthol essence in here, but I think this fragrance has kind of like macerated a lot. I sprayed this perfume the other day, and the booziness was just like so intoxicating. Of course, that menthol essence kind of stays with the fragrance, and I think it's meant to be absent in here. So either way you put it, it's a very interesting smelling fragrance. The projection is quite decent, almost a little bit obnoxious, because when I wore it the other day, it was very overpowering. This, I love it because it's very unique and different, you guys. So Love It, this baby obviously stays. Next up we have Roses on Ice by Kilian, and this is a fresh musky cucumber, juniper berry, and rose smelling fragrance. I know this perfume isn't that very well loved, but it's such a refreshing scent. It smells like cucumber infused ice cold water. Picture yourself at the spa just sitting down after having a facial or a massage, and this is, you know, this is the drink or the glass of water that they serve you, or the beverage, because this is inspired by a drink. This is a beautiful scent for me, you guys. I love smelling this perfume. I just love Kilian. I love the uniqueness. I love how different this fragrance is. So for me, this is an absolute love, and this baby stays. Next up, we have Carolina Herrera Good Girl, and this is a very interesting scent. It's a citrusy, a little bit green, floral scent with the essence of tonka bean, some praline, cacao, coffee. There's a lot going on in this perfume, but I get mostly the citrus and a hint of greenness, and of course the sweetness in the base. Very interesting scent, kind of invigorating to the nose in my opinion. I love this perfume, you guys. I don't know, again, this one is scent I was actually late to explore as well, and either way you put it, I'm just glad that I have it in my collection. And of course I have it with my 2 little minis right here. Right here. So obviously she stays. Next up we have Mula Mula by Byron Parfums, and this is a fruity, sweet, warm oud smelling fragrance. Now the oud is very subdued, but everything in this fragrance is very subdued. It's a beautiful, a little bit understated, sweet, fruity smelling fragrance. I love this perfume. It's nice and mellow, and of course it's kind of new to my collection, so haven't really explored this scent fully yet, but either way she obviously stays. Next up we have Apple Brandy by Kilian, and this is a citrusy, crisp, fresh apple brandy smelling fragrance with the essence of cedar, a very prominent note of cedar wood that I find to be probably the most beautiful part of this fragrance. But of course, those crisp pineapple notes at the top is very exciting, and you guys know this baby obviously stays. And of course, we have Angel Shares by Kilian. This is a spicy, boozy, sweet cinnamon tonka bean essence smelling fragrance. It smells like a spiced cinnamon bun, and it is absolutely intoxicating, you guys. Dare I say this is backup bottle worthy, but everybody already knows that. So of course she definitely stays. And of course, these are my little minis from the Confidential line from Carolina Herrera. This is Sandal Ruby, which is a really intoxicating, strong, Middle Eastern inspired sandalwood smelling fragrance. The best sandalwood fragrance I've ever smelled. Nightfall Patchouli is all about patchouli, a very invigorating, somewhat aromatic patchouli scent. Very beautiful take on patchouli. It's quite tolerable in my opinion. You know, even if you're afraid of patchouli, it's not as roaring as in Vanilla Royale Sugar Patchouli in my opinion, but it is quite strong. And Saffron Lazuli, like the name implies, is a beautiful, lightly sweetened, spicy saffron scent. It's saffron done in a very beautiful way, you guys. So I thoroughly appreciate this brand. Okay. So let's move on to the next section. All right. So next up, we have my Sunshine in a Bottle section. My most colorful and exciting section in my perfume collection that if I love it one more time, you guys. Let's just start from the back. So first up we have Rose is Greedy by Mancera, and this is a beautiful fruity rose smelling fragrance with the essence with some floral notes in the base. I think there's some sugar and some musk in this fragrance as well. If you guys been rocking with me for a long time, you guys know that I heavily ride for my Rose is Greedy, and I feel like I've outgrown this scent, you guys, and I think I'm ready to let go of Rose is Greedy, you guys. So Rose is Greedy by Mancera, she goes. Next up we have Velvet Vanilla, and this is a warm, sweet tuberose, bubblegummy, sweet smelling vanilla fragrance. I came in here with a mind to declutter this perfume just because I've had it for a long time, and I don't know, I don't really pull for this fragrance. However, when I smelled it just now, I was like, I don't know, I think I want to keep this fragrance in my perfume collection. So I think I'm gonna keep Velvet Vanilla a little bit longer. I really think I want to keep this one, so she stays. Next up we have Choco Moss, which is a powdery, milky, sweet chocolate and vanilla fragrance. This is new to my collection. This is intoxicating. This is love. I do wish they would bring it out in a different bottle. Either way you put it, this is an absolute banger. It's even like, you know, like backup bottle worthy in my opinion, but yeah, this will do for now. This baby stays. Next up we have Desert Rosewood from Goldfield and Banks, and this is a powdery, a little bit dusty, woody scent, and it smells like the essence of rose. It's meant to smell like the desert, but it actually smells cold. Either way you put it, it's intoxicating, it's beautiful, it smells so damn good. It's a comforting fragrance that can be worn all year round in my opinion. I just love this perfume. I love this brand on a whole. So yeah, this baby definitely stays. Next up we have Sunset Hour, and this is a mellow, sweet, fruity smelling fragrance. It's a very like easy to wear scent, but it's not boring at all. I love this scent, and I'm very happy to have it in my collection. And like I said to you guys, I'm just getting started with Goldfield and Banks. So yeah, she stays, and I can't wait to get me some more. Next up, we have Casablanca from Swiss Arabian. And this is an apple fragrance with the essence of amber and caramel. It starts off really citrusy and fruity, and then it gets really warm and thick and a little bit creamy. I love this perfume. I think this is really sexy. I am just annoyed that the other fragrances in this bottle from Swiss Arabian doesn't really appeal to me because I just want an excuse to buy me a next one. But yeah, Casablanca stays. Next up we have Dolce & Gabbana Lemon from the Fruit Collection, and you guys know how I'm crazy about Dolce & Gabbana and these Fruit Collection fragrances. This is just somewhat of a aromatic lime smelling fragrance, and it has a tea note in it as well, which makes the fragrance light and refreshing, very invigorating, and a little bit spicy in my opinion. And this is an absolute treasure to me. I am just looking for the orange one. Hopefully I can get it on a nice discount because these are pricey. So I haven't seen the orange one on a nice enough deal to grab it yet, but I will forever be waving this fragrance in front of y'all on my channel because I think it's an absolutely scrumptious smelling fragrance, very fun and playful. Next up we have the pineapple, also from the Dolce & Gabbana line, and I lost a P, of course, as you can see. This is a citrusy, fruity, sweet pineapple juice smelling fragrance. If I love this perfume one more time, this baby stays forever. Next up we have my Olympia Intense. You guys, I don't wear this fragrance like before. However, I still do love the scent profile, and I was actually thinking about releasing this fragrance, but I've worn so much out of it already. I might as well just finish it. And again, this is one of the fragrances that I'm probably going to put out on my tray to be worn out this year. But yeah, you guys, I have been contemplating about decluttering this scent, but I feel like keeping it. Next up, we have a bitter peach, and this is a warm, boozy, spicy bitter peach fragrance with some sandalwood, tonka bean, vanilla, benzoin, sandalwood in the base. This is the sexiest fragrance from Tom Ford in these bottles, and I know people would argue that it's lost cherry. For me, it's bitter peach. You don't need to ask. This stays. Next up, we have the YSL Eau de Toilette, and this is just a softer, mellow version of the original. It has a tea note, which makes this fragrance very gentle, almost like a beautiful fragrance that you'd pull for on a nice, warm, and a nice, cool spring day. I would even wear this, to a wedding, like if I was like a bridesmaid. I think this is an ideal scent to wear. It's very soft. It has that really relaxing tone, but still classy, and has the same presence as the original YSL. This baby stays because I love every single one of these fragrances from YSL. Next up, we have Oud Abramad by BDK, and this is a spicy, woody scent, and this is Middle Eastern inspired. It's all woody, dry, not very sweet at all. But if you know me, you know I love me my Middle Eastern fragrances. It does lean, people would argue that it leans a bit masculine. It doesn't, to me, not that much. It's just that it's not a sweet fragrance, and it's all about spice, wood, and oud. Love this fragrance. Next up, we have Nuit de Sable by BDK, and it's another spicy, woody fragrance with the essence of nutmeg, cardamom. There's some rose in here, so as well some Abraxan in the base. This smells a little bit similar to Cavot from Fragrance de Bois, but it's not. It has a very prominent note of nutmeg and the cardamom backing it up, so quite a lot of spice in here. So this is beautiful. It smells very high quality and expensive, and I love this fragrance. So obviously this baby stays. Next up, we have the Le Jardin de Monsieur Lee from the En Jardin range. You guys already know how I feel about this particular line by Hermes. This is a citrusy, ozonic, a little bit aromatic smelling fragrance. A lot of zestiness to this perfume. And when you smell it, it truly takes your breath away. I love this scent, and of course this baby stays, every single one. Next up we have Mise en Cier's Luxury, and this is a beautiful powdery soft white floral musky smelling fragrance, all about iris, very powdery, very classy, very easy to. This baby obviously stays. Next up we have Mise en Cier's Celeb Woods, and this is a spicy, woody, vanilla, and tonka bean smelling fragrance. Heavy on the cinnamon and the cardamom in the opening of this fragrance. Very crisp, very clean, not that heavy. Just a very refreshing, spicy perfume, which I absolutely love. So obviously this baby stays. Next up we have my La Vie est Belle, and this is a fruity, sweet blackcurrant, vanilla, iris, and patchouli smelling fragrance, you guys. And I think I am ready to let go of my La Vie est Belle. I know this fragrance looks brand new and full, which is absolutely ridiculous. I do love the bottle. I don't know how I feel, you guys. I am prepared to let this scent go because I've had it a very long time. I do wear it from time to time. I don't know. I do love the scent profile because when I smelled it and I was like, you know what, I need to let go of this scent. I was like, you know what, she still smells so damn good. And this bottle is crisp, clean, and absolutely pristine. Like it hasn't been worn, but I promise you it has. Just a little bit. Yeah, see, that makes more sense. Okay, I don't know how I feel about. I think I want to let go of this perfume. Yeah, I definitely want to let go of my La Vie et Belle. So this baby goes. Next up, we have my La Vie et Belle Intensement, and this one has in some raspberry, heavy on the vanilla, heliotrope, and of course, tonka bean in the base with some patchouli. It smells warm and really pretty, and you know, a little bit flirty, a lot more chic and playful than the original La Vie et Belle, and I feel like I'm ready to let go of this scent, you guys. I have worn it. I know the bottles just, it's the quality of the bottles. These fragrances look fresh, pristine, and so clean, like they've never been worn. Like, I love these scents, but I feel like I'm over these scents, to be honest. So La Vie et Belle, the Intensement, she goes. Next up, we have the La Vie et Belle, the L'Eclat. And I'm just gonna keep this fragrance and finish it off because yeah, it's on its last wits. So as you can see, I definitely enjoyed. I mean, I enjoyed all of them, but this one right here, I just went to tongue with it. This one is just much more heavy on the orange blossom, more of the orange, the mandarin orange, and this one with the patchouli, of course, a bit more sweeter and heavier. I would say it's my favorite out of the whole La Vie et Belle line. And I'm just gonna finish this scent. I love this perfume, you guys. So this baby stays. Next up, we have Jimmy Choo, I Want You, and this is a beautiful peachy mandarin orange white floral vanilla smelling perfume. This smells girly and elegant. It smells like the fragrances that you would smell in the magazines. You know when you had the magazines and it had a sample of the perfume in a magazine and you could smell, you could rub your hand on it and smell it. That's what this perfume smells like. If I love this perfume one more time, if I love this fragrance one more time, I love this scent. I think there's 150 ml to it. I wish I had bought the 150 ml. I love this fragrance. This baby stays, and I need to get the other one as well. So yeah. Next up, we have my Coco Mademoiselle Intense. This is my citrusy, fruity, rose, and patchouli smelling fragrance. Definitely get the I got a lot of rose and patchouli in this scent, and of course there's some musk, and there's a lot of fruity notes in here, so which gives this fragrance a nice sweetness. I love this perfume. This is one of the first fragrances that I bought myself. I've had this scent since before I had a YouTube channel. Chanel is a love for me, so this baby stays forever. Next up, we have Shiseido Zen, and this is a citrusy, floral, fruity fragrance, very airy, very light on the scent profile, and very, very mild. I know I used to like this perfume. I mean, I still do like this perfume, but it's a little bit uninteresting at this point. So Shiseido Zen definitely goes. Next up, we have Velvet Splendor by Goldfield and Banks, and this is a beautiful yellow floral fragrance with the essence of tonka bean. There's some sandalwood in here, so, and of course there's some leather, but in actuality it smells like suede. The mimosa in here is so refreshing. It smells clean, sophisticated. This perfume smells exquisite. You guys, need I say more? This perfume stays. Next up, we have Holidays by Mancera, and this is a beautiful, thick, coconutty, floral smelling fragrance. It is a thick fragrance, heavy on the florals and heavy on the coconut. This has a lot of substance to it. It smells like coconut oil, pretty much. Yeah, this smells like coconut oil. And I have quite a few coconut fragrances in my perfume collection. However, I just think this is one of a kind. And I was actually going to declutter it, but I mean, you just can't go wrong with a beautiful floral coconut scent. So next up, we have Amouage Material, and this is a spicy, woody vanilla fragrance. Now, I am just dipping my toes into Amouage. I personally find Amouage to be a little bit overwhelming. There's so many fragrances and the scents are so like interesting. They tend to overwhelm me a little bit, and I kind of can't make up my mind which ones I want. I do have a few that I think I can remember their names. Once I can remember their names, I think I want them. Either way you put it, I love this perfume. She stays, and I'm hoping to capture a few others from the fragrance from the brand as well. Next up, we have the La NUIT Nude, and it's a beautiful citrusy, fruity, coconutty, vanilla smelling fragrance. It's intoxicating. It's my favorite coconut perfume, and of course, she's from the La NUIT range. She stays. Next up, we have Idol Aura, salty, beachy, vanilla, and rose smelling fragrance. It smells like sunshine, suntan lotion. It smells fun. It smells exciting. And I have a small bottle in this one here. And as you can see, I have made a very big dent I can go with the bigger bottle of this fragrance and thoroughly enjoy it and take it to town. And I find it to be a very exciting perfume. So she stays, and she is good as backup bottle worthy in my opinion, you guys. So Idol Aura stays. Next up we have Marc Jacobs Perfect Intense, and this is a sweet, fruity, white floral, almondy smelling fragrance with the essence of sandalwood. There's a sweet spot with this fragrance, you guys. I don't know if it's almond mixing with the fruity notes in the sandalwood. This perfume smells really good. Like, this is a really exciting fragrance. This is a backup bottle worthy fragrance, you guys. I'm thinking my next video is going to be backup bottle worthy scents in my perfume collection. This is like one of my most fun fragrances in my perfume collection. If I love this perfume one more time, Marc Jacobs Perfect Intense absolutely stay. Next up we have Elisab God of Now, and this is like sweet deep pistachio tonka bean smelling fragrance. It is creamy, it is pretty, it is a little bit thick, and it's a little bit nutty in my opinion, or almondy in my opinion. She stayed. Had like another I had Girl of Now forever, and I sold that one now because I don't like it. Obviously, you know, my summer trips, as per usual, I sell everything. I intend to keep on to this baby, and I'm still excited by this fragrance. So I truly believe she is a keeper in my perfume collection, you guys. And of course, this is the original Coco Mademoiselle. Obviously, I have the Intense there. She stays. I don't need to rave too much about this perfume. She is an absolute love. Next up, we have MFK's Aqua Vitae Cologne Fort, and this is a bright burst of citrusy bergamot, ozonic, a little bit aromatic smelling bottle of goodness in my opinion. Something so refreshing about this scent. I think it has in solar notes and loads of bergamot. I think there's another fruity note in here so as well. You don't get a lot of sweetness. It just smells, for me, it smells really clean and really exquisite. I love the refreshing essence of this perfume, so she stays. Next up we have Valentino Yellow Dreams, a beautiful musky rose and lemon smelling fragrance. It smells cold, it smells sweet, it's refreshing, and this scent does not go old in my eyes. So I will be putting for this for a, you know, for a time, because this scent still, even though, you know, it's been released a long time, I just really enjoy this perfume, you guys. So Valentino Yellow Dreams, this is Bay, you guys. Okay, and that brings me to the end of my sunshine in a bottle section. Let's move on to the next. Okay, next up we have my Kylie section. So this should be quite quick, and I'm gonna start off in the front because this is just a bit quicker for me to reach. Obviously, this is the Tobacco Oud from the Oudgasm collection, and this is a really beautiful, rich, decadent tobacco perfume with the essence of, it pretty much smells like tobacco oud from Tom Ford and Dior's Turbo Color. There's some honey, there's some plum, I think there's some praline here so as well. Listen, this is a bottle of sexiness. So of course she stays. And next up we have the Vanilla Oud, and this is a warm, sweet, creamy vanilla oud fragrance with the essence of praline. You guys, this is nice. This is really, really nice. So not only does she stays, I need to get me a bigger bottle, you guys. So this is a love. Next up we have the Cafe Oud, and this one is all about geranium. It's a powdery, a little bit greenish geranium scent with a hint of sweetness and a slight essence of like a smoky cappuccino essence in the base, but you have to wait for it, you guys. This is a very interesting scent, but either way, she stays. Next up we have the Rose Oud from the Oudgasm collection, and this is a beautiful musky rose, lemon and oud scent. It does have some geranium as well. This is a very interesting smelling fragrance in my opinion. This is pretty much, again, a mixture of Valentino's Yellow Dream with some oud, and it is divine, so of course she stays. Next up we have the Wedding Velvet Santal, and this is a really beautiful fresh sweet sandalwoody fragrance, a dry sandalwood scent with a generous dose of sweetness. This smells so good. This is obviously from Kylie's wedding collection, and this is his, and I love this one the most. I need to get a bigger bottle of this baby because, as you can see, I wore the hell out of this fragrance. I love it. Next up we have Kylie Elixir 11, and it's a beautiful rose petal with some red apples, patchouli and rose to this beautiful scent. Sexy, you know, date night, I would say a little bit on the serious side smelling fragrance. I love this perfume, as if you guys didn't already know. of course, she stays. Next up, we have Invite Only Amber 23, my favorite fragrance from Kylie. This is an intoxicatingly sexy cherry tobacco, sweet vanilla, chocolatey, nutty, dripping sweet with some honey, smelling fragrance. And if I love this intoxicating smelling perfume one more time, she stays. Next up, we have Deja Vu White Flower, and this is a beautiful white floral, oriental, powdery, sweet smelling fragrance, you guys. Sophisticated bottle of florals. Love this baby right here. So of course she stays. Next up, we have Vanilla 28, and of course your sugary, sweet, woody, dark vanilla smelling fragrance. It smells like vanilla essence. This is an absolute love, you guys. Next up, we have the Kylie Yum Pistachio. I just have a little bit in this little travel size of mine, thankfully, because I sold my bottle. This is a beautiful aromatic, sweet, pistachio smelling fragrance. There's a nuttiness to this perfume, a sweetness, a sexiness to this perfume, in my opinion. I love me Yum Pistachio, and I just need to get back my bottle, you guys. Next up, we have Kylie Musk 12, which is a beautiful powdery, clean, musky smelling fragrance. It smells like a baby's butt. So clean, so refreshing, and easy reach. It's like a bedtime scent, or if you just feel like chilling out at home, lounging, or whatever the case is, this baby right here is an absolute pleasure to wear. I'm thinking about getting the citrus as well, because yeah, I just love how refreshing and citrusy the fragrance is. So she stays, and I'm hoping to cop that one as well. Next up, we have Kylie's Sweet Diamond Pink Pepper, and it's spicy patchouli and rose smelling fragrance. Quite a lot going on in this perfume, but it's all about the spice, the rose. It smells a little bit woody, but it's not. It just has like a metallic feel to it. This is just a beautiful smelling fragrance, you guys. Love this perfume, and I love the lasting power on this one as well. So she stays. Next up, we have Love Fest Burning Cherry, and this is a powdery, sweet cherry, vanilla, and Palo Santo smelling perfume. I think there's some praline in here as well. This just smells sexy. I love this fragrance, you guys. Next up, we have Kylie's Vanilla Royale Sugar Patchouli, and this is a very heavy, roaring, sugary, sweet patchouli fragrance with the essence of vanilla. It's a banger, okay? This is an absolute banger from Kylie. So, of course, this baby stays. All right, now on to my beautiful Dior section, and I'm gonna start off with my Miss Dior, the Le Parfum, and this is the concentrated version of the Miss Dior, and this is now discontinued, so unfortunately you will not be able to find it right now. This is a spicy, ambery, vanilla, rose, patchouli fragrance, heavy on the amber, loads of rose, and you get the patchouli in here, so, and the sweetness from the vanilla. A lot more sweeter than the original Miss Dior, and a lot more heavier. This is a beast mode concentration, and I am loving the hell out of this. I'm thinking I'm gonna bring her out for this fall because she's a masterpiece of a fragrance. So she stays. Next up, we have Miss Dior herself, and it's a citrusy rose, a patchouli smelling fragrance. It's a bit powdery. There's some fruity touches in the opening as well. And this smells like a perfume oil. The texture of it just smells like a sweet citrusy patchouli and rose perfume oil. This is a love. This is my favorite fragrance out of every single perfume in my entire perfume collection. She will never go. Next up, we have Miss Dior Absolutely Blooming, and this is a tangy, fruity, sweet rose and musky smelling fragrance. Heavier on the fruity notes, some blackcurrant, pomegranate, very citrusy, a little bit sharp. I remember this fragrance being a little bit more richer, but over the years I have, my nose can adjust to it a lot more. Beautiful perfume, and of course she stays. Next up, we have Miss Dior's Blooming Bouquet, and this is a fresh, fruity rose scent with the essence of apricot and peach and peonies. Very mellow and very smooth, and just a very calming spring smelling fragrance that I love. I haven't worn it in a very long time, but as you can see, it is a very well loved bottle of fragrance that I intend to keep in my collection forever So Blooming Bouquet stays. Next up, we have Miss Dior Roses and Roses, and this is a fresh musky rose scent with the essence of geranium. It smells clean, it smells pretty, it smells well put together. It smells like a really pretty woman that is very modern and well dressed. Next up, we have Joy by Dior, and this is the Intense. And this is a beautiful white floral fragrance with the essence of neroli. Very prominent note of neroli. There's some vanilla, rose, and sandalwood in the base. It smells intoxicating, you guys. I love this perfume can done. You know what's funny? People don't, this fragrance isn't that well received, and it pretty much smells like a lighter version of Gris Dior. To see how people are really like strange, you put it in like this bottle and they think, well, yeah, I think people were probably turned off by the original Joy, which was useless, a useless release, but the Intense just gave it to us and people still didn't receive it that well because they were just turned off by the original. This smells like a lighter version of Gris Dior, and Gris Dior is like one of the best sellers. So that's really weird. Either way you put it, this baby stays. And of course, I have my little mini right next to it as well. Next up, we have Oud Isfahan, and this is a powdery rose and oud fragrance. One of my best oud fragrances, one of my most exquisite oud fragrances. So you don't need to ask. She stays. Next up, we have Dior Amour, and this is a beautiful powdery white floral fragrance. It smells clean, sophisticated, uncomplicated, and a very easy reach. Beautiful fragrance that I love wearing. Tauber Color by Dior, the most intoxicating tobacco fragrance ever. It is honeyed, rich, it has some depth, some sweetness from the honey. It smells a little bit smoky, it's strong, it's exquisite. This is the best fragrance from the Maison Christian Dior line, and it is my favorite. Of course, she stays. Next up, we have Belle de Jour, and this is a peachy, creamy, ice creamy, powdery, a little bit spritzy smelling fragrance. This is divine. It's intoxicating. It has a beautiful soft white peach essence, and it has like an ice cream note. So it's soft, it's mellow, and it comes off like really light, but when you wear it, it forms like a beautiful cloud around you, and it's powdery, and it's a beautiful scent. I love me my Belle de Jour. Obviously, she stays. Next up, we have Boy d'Argent by Christian Dior, and this is a powdery, woody, sweet smelling fragrance with the essence of vanilla. There's some honey in here. So this is just a very soft, somewhat discreet, powdery scent, and of course, heavy on the iris. I love this perfume. I just love me my Maison Christian Dior altogether. So this baby stays. Next up, we have Oud Rosewood, and this is a powdery, woody rose and oud scent. It smells like money. It smells expensive, and it dries down on your skin, and when it dries down, you get like a powdery woody essence. It smells like money crumpled in your hand with the essence of rose. If I love this perfume one more time, she stays. And this is Santal Noir, a dry, citrusy, a little bit spicy, sandalwoody fragrance that smells exquisite. It smells expensive. It just smells like divine. It doesn't smell like money. It smells like the most expensive things that money could buy. This baby stays. Next up, we have Vanilla Diorama, and this is a spicy, citrusy, boozy vanilla fragrance. This is my second most favorite perfume from the Maison Christian Dior line. Oh, this vanilla fragrance is so damn good, you guys. So, of course, she stays. Next up, I have the Amber Nuit in a little mini, and this is a beautiful ambery, sweet rose, florally scent, the most sophisticated fragrance from the Maison Christian Dior line, in my opinion. I don't know why I don't have a bottle of this. I just knew that because these were the more popular ones from the brand, I wanted to get the others. So these are like my last resort, but I will most definitely be adding a full bottle of these to my collection because these are absolutely keepers. Next, we have, of course, the Gris Dior, and this is pretty much a dry rose, patchouli, and woody scent. It smells so darn good, you guys. Again, I need me this in a big bottle, and it's only a matter of time. So Gris Dior, this is another Miss Dior, a mini version of the Miss Dior. And this is the J'adore Infinissimi, and this is the original J'adore. Love them as well. And this is also a mini of the Miss Dior Roses in Roses, which is this one right here. And this is my little side tray that I have, you know, stashed away somewhere. And if you think my shelves are dusty, oh my lord, these are just disgraceful, you guys. Ugh. But anyways, quickly, let me just go through it. This is the Miss Dior oil, which I absolutely love. It smells just like the perfume, but one of them, right, this one has a bit more of a grassy green vibe to it, in my opinion. Either this one or the other one. Yeah, this one has a bit more of a grassy green vibe. This is the J'adore Infinissimi. Smells quite similar to the original, but it has a very accentuated jasmine and tuberose essence. Really warm and a lot more sweeter than the original. And this is my other J'adore oil, and this is Divine. This one has a sprayer, so it's easy to come out. That's why it's finished. This is the J'adore Absolute, and this one is a bit more stripped down from the original, and it focuses on jasmine, rose, and magnolia. A bit more stronger and heavier. Definitely an ideal scent for the office. I have the J'adore Touche de Parfum, which is pretty much a concentrated version of the J'adore. It's much more intoxicating. It's heavy on the rose, sweeter, much more divine, and it pretty much tailors the scent, each of the scents, to your, you know, skin chemistry. It's a 40 ml and only comes in a 40 ml, and it is the most exquisite smelling perfume I have ever smelled. And I have a few samples from the confidential line from Carolina Herrera. A lot, too numerous to mention. And cut. All right, so this brings us to the end of my perfume collection slash perfume declutter video. I really do hope you guys enjoyed this video. If in fact you did, please give me a very big thumbs up and drop me a heart in the comment section if you guys made it to the end, you guys. Please don't leave without hitting that subscribe button. And make sure to hit the notification bell so that way you will be notified every single time I upload. And for those of you who are my returning subscribers, thank you guys for your continuous support. And until next time, see you guys in my next video.